This camp is kind of a embodiment of a slogan: train, eat, sleep, repeat. This is all we do here, actually. This is the thing in Poland, we got those Olympic preparation centers, and this one is actually our favorite one. This is the one that we do most of our camps. This one is located in Wałcz, and it's really amazing spot. We got like huge mat. It's really like comfy for jiu-jitsu, for wrestling as well. Obviously there's like wrestling and judo national teams coming here to train. The most important thing when you're training really hard on the mat is to recover well. And to recover well, you need like nice room, comfortable bed, you need good food, you need to feel good after the training. You can't like, be in like, I don't know, like holiday little wooden shack and freezing because this camp's in winter. So we've been through that and we've been experimenting, like I said, and we came to conclusion that these spots are the best. Move on to another task, a little highlight move that I discovered because I started to use that pinning position. So whenever I get here, slide my shin, step over, I want to be heavy on this arm so he can't really use it to generate space. That's the first thing. Second thing, I want to pull this one up. So in this case, he can't really pose on my knee to open up the space, but he can take it off and pose his forearm on the mat. So very often he'll feel like that's the only chance for him to escape, because here on the bottom he's so pinned, right? But here he has a little bit of freedom, so he can do something. But that something is a trap in that particular position. So, all right, he's taking his arm out. Taking arm out? Yes, and posing. So I grab the wrist and I go for his forearm. So this grip goes high, this grip goes low. And first thing, I want to go forward with my chest. So he's laying down on the mat right now. He's still pinned. Now I have to start circling to that side. So it's not always easy. If he does nothing, if he's just lying here, then it just goes. But most likely you will put some kind of hooks here to stop you. So you have to use the windshield wiper motion to be able to serve. Now when I go, my elbow is always pointing up. Shall I move? I let go the wrist and I can get here to support my arm. I switch walking, and at the end I want to pull it up, sit down, to arm back. Okay? And of course the top level instructor, this is something we've been always big about. So to bring somebody who can pass new knowledge, new tricks, new way of thinking. So it's not only the platform to get a hard sparring, it's also a platform to really develop your jiu-jitsu, get a second thought about your game, add new stuff to your game, and going home after that 4 days as a better jiu-jitsu practitioner or competitor.
I hope you guys enjoy the camp. Thanks Adam, Uber for the invitation. I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so let's have fun. I'm super excited to be here, and let's make this time great.
Pretty nice, my first time in Poland. The weather, I like the cold. But when I got here, everybody very hungry to learn. That is like, I can feel it, the atmosphere, everybody, very excited to train, to be prepared for the Europeans. So that is, gave even more energy to teach a nice session. And then also everybody start asking questions that can have the class more interesting too, back and forth, questions and answers, so it's pretty nice.
So you have to play around and see that you can have the ability to work both ways. Okay, a little bit more slow, take your time, pit stop a little bit, and then also full motion too. That makes sense? Any questions?
Do you do this on both sides, or you try to perfect one side only?
So I do to both sides, but most of the time the guy is using more the other side. But the guy kept holding here, okay? You just like, look, do the same thing, but go over. And he's gonna break the grip. Right, that makes sense? That's gonna help you guys to see both ways this time. Okay, you can tell your partner, okay, one time, keep hold over the other time, switch your grip immediately as you apply knee cut. That makes sense? Cool. Let's go.
So we start the day early with a breakfast, and there's a little break after breakfast just to like lay down, relax, and get a thoughts. Then we take our gis, we go to the gym, to the mats, and depending on the day, it can either be technical session or sparrings. There's always 2 sessions a day. One is going to be technical, finished with some specifics or a couple rounds, and the second one is plain sparrings. So after the first session, we have lunch, some more free time after that, just like, you know, rest.
Swoją porcję zjadłem. Kończę.
Widzisz, jak jest zadowolony? Mówię, że jest zadowolony.
Dobre? Bardzo dobre.
And then second session of a day, dinner after that, and the day's over. Usually we try to encourage people to do around 10 sparrings at the sparring session, and then the other class depends, you know, because it's like specifics and sparring, or sometimes just sparring. So around like 4 or 5 rounds for the technical class, and the sparring session is we encourage people to do 10 rounds, but you know, it's easy to lose the count, and sometimes you're gonna end up doing 12 or 13. And you know, some cycles can do like 15 or 17. So this camp doesn't change much in terms of my training routine. My daily training routine is pretty similar. So the only thing that makes this comp harder is when you're training in your own gym, you get so used to the styles of people. You know who's fighting, what style, what guard, how they're passing the guard. Here is different because there's so many people, right? I told you that there's more than 160 people, and everybody has a different style, and that makes the whole thing way harder because you have to learn how other people fight, react faster, be sharper, you know? So in this case, you're getting a little bit more tired, but like I said, the camp routine is very similar to my daily routine.
Najpierw pytanie, kto kiedyś był na koncercie metalowym albo rockowym? Ręka do góry. No niewiele, ale są jakieś osoby. Dobra, a komu jest znana koncepcja kotła? Bo może być rozgrzewka, a mogę włączyć muzykę, zaczniemy biegać dookoła i robić wielką szamotaninę. Macie siłę? Nie? To rozgrzejmy się trochę, porozciągajmy.
It's kind of different camps. For example, this camp specifically is for the Europeans. You can see a lot of guys are very focused, especially now it's get very close to the tournament. And where we are now is on this facility, on this Olympic Center, is no distraction. You know, it's just like, you know, training, eat, very clean as well. The food is really good, and rest and come back for the next session. So you can see that, you know, everybody on this drive. That's really important. There is another type of camps as well, like beach camps. You know, is more relaxed. It's not everybody trained for something. It's just different, you know. I think both is fun. You know, this can be a little more more intensity training because the mentality everybody wants to go to the tournament. And the other type of camps, you know, they're like mix it up a little bit, relaxing time with training. You know, sometimes the guys take families as well. It's more relaxed, but both is great, you know. So I met Adam before, but was very quickly. This was the first time that, you know, I just like start sitting with him and start talking to him. Very nice guy. You can see he's driving. He's very focused. Likes to train hard too. That makes the difference. Even though on the other years he wasn't doing very well, he was on the podium, you know, doing was almost there, but he kept going. That's remind a little bit like the phase of my career as well that I faced it a little bit. You know, I won my first World Championship. I was on 2007, then I won the second one again 7 years later. I have this resilience, you know, to keep working hard even though the things didn't go my way, just keep believing. And then after that, I won 5 years in a row. But, you know, I could see Adam on the same path. He was working so hard, even though he didn't get there, you know, the previous years. And I was so happy to see him achieve the World Championship last year. Last year for him was amazing. He was winning most of the tournaments, you know, and finally he got his World Championship, very, very well deserved. His performance also was really nice too. It's not just winning, you know. I think the way that to win matters as well, and the way that he display his jiu-jitsu and show his techniques, his connections was very sharp and beautiful to watch too.